Welcome back to Dyllin with Age of Wonders 4, where we continue the journey of Saiya Bonebreaker and the Deatheaters in Episode 6. The ruler was denounced, the rulers are denouncing each other. Warlock hates Zedavaka, cool. And Warlock is hated by Eniok, Sundrin of House Eniok. I'm not entirely certain that we can actually keep fighting against Noctis, but we might be able to. We are ahead of him now, and his military sucks. It's just aggravating to see him make cities everywhere. You know, he's going to upgrade that city here in a second. I think we should move down there and take that city from him. He's going to try to respond from the west, but these cities have enough walls that we can fight them. Let's go take out this Marauder stack on the way back. Let's bring in the additional reinforcements, the skeletons, and Mr. Malern, who is now ugly as hell. Our beautiful ruler Saiya remains unchanged. She would be really ugly with the Wyvern though. We'll auto-resolve, probably lose a couple units, which is unacceptable. 100% unacceptable. We cannot afford to lose units right now. Yep, that was a super easy battle. We just used the summons as a slight barrier, but really we just nuked them repeatedly with our magic. And that was all that was needed. We're going to reorganize the armies here in a second. And then we're going to push to take out Noctis and take the city to form another vassal. We might make peace with him once we take the city, just to have a bit of breathing room. And then push this monster den, take that out. And depending on how Silverwall feels about us, we might just straight up invade them. We could definitely get away with it. These units are not powerful at all. We got Covenant of the Faith. Wonderful. Let's go with, I'm kind of thinking Domain of Death. If he attacks us, then we'll have extra damage. And his enemy units are also automatically soulbound. That does cost mana to upkeep. Alternatively, we could go for Bone Golems. I think Domain of Death is the way to go. Bone Golems are not bad, but they're not like amazing units. Really, skeletons aren't either. None of these undead units are really that good. I was falsely denounced. So, Ascara is saying just bad stuff about us. Who cares? Who cares? We need some more Warlocks and some more Pyromancers, it looks like. Let's get some Pyromancers. And some Warlocks. You know what? Let's actually go ahead and get the winning battles. Gives 50% chance of a tier 1 or tier 2 unit. Sounds pretty decent to me. Then let's just pick up this extra Whispering Stone. Might be a bad idea, but it's whatever. Let's throw it into the capital. They're not too close to riding, they're pretty far away. We might want to think about integrating XCOM eventually if we can get them to be our bonded vassals. Because right now they're just tributaries. So he hasn't upgraded this outpost into a city yet. I have a feeling he is going to do that though. Alright, we've restructured the army so that we have 2 frontline units in every stack, and we have a bunch of ranged and magic units in the back. City of Skulls can get another province. Let's think about what we'd like to do. I'd like to get some more mana flow actually, so let's build this forester right here. I've been denounced again. Who hates me now? Zedavaka. Cool. Alright. Everybody and their mother hates me. That's okay. We're probably going to win by magic victory. I don't think we have any chance whatsoever of getting a conquest victory. The Necromancer build is just way too weak for that. Especially against like 7 other players. That's too much. Hello, saving the meek. So, Sage Sago Glaive Star of Exticalis interrupts the negotiations. I can't pretend anymore. Why negotiate when I'll be dead tomorrow anyway? His voice trembles. I'm certain that pretenders to my throne are stirring up my people against me. They spread lies about my incompetence as a ruler. And now I'm certain of it. They intend to make their move by taking my life. Assassins are after me. Do you desire to strengthen the bonds between our houses? Then please keep me safe. Well, we could block draft in the City of Skulls for 3 turns and gain 6 allegiance with XCOM and reach vassalage immediately. It might be reasonable. We could gain alignment by having our hero leave, which is a stupid decision. I do not need Malern leaving. Or we could gain -6 allegiance with XCOM and reach vassalage immediately. I don't think that calculation is correct. Let's just block draft for 3 turns. That's okay. We can take it. does not look like Noctis is responding. We've successfully beaten the crap out of him. He is still 7 out of 7 in military ranking. And we successfully slowed him down from being number 1 to number 6 in terms of ranking, if I remember right. We got Domain of Death, which is a nice little ability. I'm thinking going for Astral Blood now. Let's do that. Yeah, so that'll give our units critical hit chance when we start casting spells, so it'll make more sense to cast spells against Noctis. We do have this Marauder Guard in between us and Noctis down here. They've got a Tyrant Knight, a Eagle Rider, and some other basic units. We're going to take that fight immediately. And then crush them. We're going to soulbind them first. We're going to need some of those souls. Chances are the AR is going to lose horribly. Like a couple units. Yep. Unacceptable. This fight is not a big deal though. Alright, so I ran out of recording space on one of my drives that I was saving the videos to. And unfortunately I lost like 10 turns of progress. So we're back here in turn 47. Now this is despite my format that I record in, and the codec I use is supposed to be not corrupted if you have to end the recording suddenly, or the recording ends itself, but apparently that didn't work. So we're back. Now we could go and take out Noctis here in his outpost. That works. It does take like 5 turns to do though. And right now Noctis is actually 6 out of 7 and 7 out of 7 on military. We're 3 out of 7 at the moment, 4 out of 7 military. But because of his brutal AI bonuses, he ends up coming back really strongly. So I'm actually considering doing a truce with Noctis just temporarily, coming over here to take out the monster den and then attacking Silverwall, because this is going to take way too long. It's 12 turns just to reach Pact of Cooperation, and then it's going to take even longer to get to Pact of Vassalage. And I'm like, no, it's just too much time. Just because they don't like us is the issue. So we're going to take that Whispering Stone out, we're going to give it to somebody else that actually needs it. We might as well give it to Hollow, at least temporarily. Along the way, we're going to take out Clawmark as well. But let's go ahead and let's negotiate that truce with Noctis. I also happen to know that Azagera ends up declaring war on us, but she doesn't do much about it because she's also at war with Zedavaka and Thundrian, I believe. Yeah, she's at war with those two. So she's busy, but she still declares war on us for some reason. Picked up Necromancer. And then let's go with Desecrate Structure next. I know a lot of you are probably like, why don't you get Bone Golems? I don't know. Bone Golems don't appeal to me that much. Let's go ahead and clear a Clawmark Cave real quick. It's been claimed by Noctis and Silverwall, I do not care. So as we approach the cave, we smell fresh blood, but find no signs of life. Having entered the cave, you and your companions find the remains of a brutal fight. The carcass of an adult thunderbird lies alongside her offspring. The two of them appear to have been ambushed in what was supposed to be a safe haven. Upon closer inspection, it looks as though the animals were viciously attacked by a wild dire penguin. Oh, a dire penguin. You freeze when an ear-piercing shriek resounds through the cave, and the same bloodthirsty dire penguin emerges from the dark, its rabid eyes fixed on you. So in the upcoming battle, gorging predators will be active. So they'll be able to eat our bodies, kind of like how we have the ability to eat corpses too, I believe. We could block growth in City of Blood for 3 turns, and that would weaken their defenders, but I don't think that's necessary. Let's just go ahead and attack. It should be a super easy battle, and hopefully auto combat should take care of it. And it did. That's what I like to see. So we dealt with the wild threat, and we had the opportunity to search the cave. We order the bodies of the Thunderbird and her offspring to be removed. As others go to lift the heavy animal, something softly whines from underneath it, and a young Thunderbird emerges, the sole survivor of the pack. It seems as though its mother's body protected it from harm. It looks up to you and whines again. So we have a young Thunderbird that survived. What would we like to do? We could make it our mount, actually. Interesting. That's pretty cool. We could nurse it and then we could nurse it and then release it into the wild for some good alignment, which I do not want as an evil character. Or we can turn it into a hide. We get the Obscuring Mantle. This unit is 40% harder to hit with physical, ranged, and magic attacks. That's pretty nice. This is kind of an evil thing to do, but we don't actually get evil points, interestingly. Yep, thanks. I'm sorry, little young one. I actually feel like physically bad about that, but I think we're just gonna have to accept it, because now I can give that to somebody and they'll get hit less often by any kind of ranged abilities. In fact, I could make it basically impossible for Saiya to get hit if I wanted to. She's already got a phase ability in the Unicorn, so let's give her the Obscuring Mantle, and now she's pretty much impervious. She's at minus 100% harder to hit by physical, ranged, and magic attacks now. That might be a little bit excessive, but whatever. And then we can give the Phase Cloak to Melding, and then we could also probably give the Evoker's Robes to Farios. I'm going to keep a defensive stack inside of our home territory, just to kind of dissuade the AI from attacking us. Let's go with, I think maybe Spell Amplification. Let's do Spell Amplification on Saiya to increase the strength of our tactical spells. Now let's push forward a little bit here. I'd be able to take Clawmark Cave in 5 turns, I think. We got Astral Blood ready, so let's cast that and apply it to Saiya as well. Gonna give some blue blood. Even though they're undead, they really shouldn't have blood, but it's probably magical blood, so we could cast Amplify Minds, but I think everybody's got it, right? Noctis is just wandering through my lands because he feels like he can do whatever he wants, I guess. Whatever. I don't think Zedavaka's going to attack us, but she does have an army up here. Probably attacking Asgara. I'm just gonna let him trespass as much as he wants, because I'll get more grievances against him, which will help justify any future wars against Noctis. I'm sure that he's probably going to upgrade this outpost into a city and try to claim this shit anyway. Oh, I will mention that in the future, after this playthrough, I'm going to be trying something different. What I'm going to be doing is I'll be going for like 30-minute, well not 30-minute, but like 15-minute, like 10 to 15-minute videos that are very highly edited. Let's get some more gold. That are very highly edited, kind of like Ambiguous Amphibian, Hazor, lately Reggie, where it's basically like a whole playthrough or a very large amount of footage all put together, and it's presented in a narrative format where it's more of a storytelling. It won't be commentary that is in the moment, because I feel like I can do a lot better if I have like a script that I write ahead of time. I'm a very good writer, but I am not an amazing on-the-spot speaker, basically. So I think that I could create videos that are much more entertaining if I make a script and I highly edit it and everything. And wanting to edit even more than I have so far, which right now it's really just basic cuts, will be pretty fun. Yep, there we go. Asgara declares war on us. Cool, whatever. We got Desecrate Structure. Let's go with, I kinda think, Conjuring a Divine Beacon. That's what's up. Yeah, let's grab that. It's also a little bit cheaper. Other rulers started a war. Ruler was denounced, blah, 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 blah. We're going to take out the small monster den, and then we're going to move on Silver Wall not long after that. So let's move to here. I could try to take on this stack, but that's going to probably kick my ass with those Lost Wizards. Although I could probably beat it. I don't see any point in doing so at the moment. Let's isolate them. Let's take out the small stack first. Hopefully we won't lose anybody. We did not. And we actually got a upgrade on Melding, I believe. We did indeed. Yeah, because most of my commentary in the moment is just talking about the game and playing the game, because that's what I have to do. I have to focus on playing the game. But if I record everything ahead of time, and then I make an actual video with a script, I can put a lot more stuff in it, like jokes and stuff. So let's give him, I'm thinking spell amplification for him as well. I'm kind of thinking that we make our tactical spells super powerful. We can pretty safely take on this stack, so let's do it. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna have to do this myself. Hold on. Alright, easy peasy, no hit point damage taken on our actual units, just a little bit of damage on the summon. Probably should have soulbound that unit. That army, I mean. Holy crap, dude, we got 3 mounts out of that. We got a unicorn, a white wolf, and an eagle mount. What is this? Oh, it's a unit. It's a tier 4 unit. Gotcha. I'll take that for sure. Do I want this guy? It's a very good question. Costs us 22 gold per turn, 3 Imperium, and 4 mana. The hell is this? What's this effect? Poison blades, I guess? Yeah, it's probably coming out of his mouth. He does a lot of different kinds of damage at once. I'll keep him around. He seems pretty useful. He can apply a weakened, which actually synergizes pretty well for our units. So I'll keep him around. In that case, what I'd like to do is probably get rid of maybe this skeleton and this army, although I can't quite do it. Next turn, we're also going to be going to war against Silverwall. Try to catch them off guard and take them out before they can do anything. At least any units that are in the area. In consideration of that, let's take a look at what units are in the area next turn. Yeah, and the first video that I'll be making a proper narrative form video on will be RimWorld, actually. The idea of the video is that Kanye West goes crazy and becomes a vampire in the future and convinces some tribals to work for him, basically. They do a lot of crazy stuff. Looks like Silverwall is bringing some of its forces down to play. And these are going to be super easy to take care of. So we've neglected our population of City of Blood. They want us to fix the city stability. I don't care. We're going to leave it alone. Or we could round up the riders and execute them. We'd get some evil alignment that wouldn't cost us anything, and we'd get extra city stability. Sounds good to me. Do it. We failed Skypiercer Reforged. We just didn't have enough time to get the focus crystals, which was what this is sitting on top of. We got Conjure Divine Beacon. Next up, let's go ahead. Let's take Restore Undead. It's going to help us heal our Undead using a cost of souls. We've got a trade proposal, which is probably a vassalage. Oh no, Warlock. You know, I really don't want to deal with this right now, just because I don't want Sedavaka and Sunjin on my ass yet. Eventually they're going to attack us, probably. But right now they're busy with Asgara, so I'd rather they stay busy. Alright, we can take out a set of 2 armies by themselves. It looks like the rest of the armies are inside of the city itself, but looks like they will be reinforced. That's okay. Let's declare war. Let's get some evil. Try to make up for that truce that we made. We're at minus 65 at the moment. Let's move you up to here, and you up to there. And then we're going to bring you to here. And we'll attack with Saiya in the main stack. Ah, looks like the ones in the city are going to stay in the city. I will give the AI a chance. Probably going to lose a couple units. That is unacceptable. Hey, didn't lose any units. I'll absolutely take that. Probably should have soulbound them, but it's okay. We got plenty of souls. Plenty of souls. Got ourselves another warlock as well. Nice. They cannot reach the reinforcement stack outside the city, so I will retreat that unit to there. One of y'all got an upgrade. Yeah, Farios got an upgrade. Let's give him probably spell amplification as well. I'll go into the support abilities after that. I just want to make my combat spells as powerful as they are, because they're getting to the point where they're not doing that much damage to the enemy. I really would love to get like Lava Burst from one of the Materium tombs later on down the line, but we don't have enough Materium Affinity at the moment. Maybe if we can get enough research, then we can do good. City of Blood can annex another province. Let's take that Clawmark Cave. Get a bunch of production per turn, some extra Imperium, and +2 mana per quarry in the city domain. City of Blood's doing quite nice. We've also got a ton of gold kicking around. I don't want to start spending that on bringing some production. Let's do it. Probably a silly thing to do, but I think we're alright. We're pretty much on the... We're likely to win, I think, at this point if we just turtle up. I kind of wish I didn't have to turtle up, but let's start the Seed of Shadow on I think this Forester right here. Yeah, the Forester. We'll start the Seed of Shadow. I don't really want to turtle, but on Brittle, I think we kind of have to. We're surrounded by Noctis, who hates us, Asgara, who hates us, and then Zedavaka and Sunshine to the north, who also hate us. But we don't have much of a choice at the moment. We can grab another province for Hollow. Let's grab the gold. Oh, take that. And I'll piss off Zedavaka. I do not mind. She basically declares war on us no matter what, eventually. I'm not sure adaptive research even works at the moment. I think it's bugged so that you don't get the minus 50% gold on the research structures and production. But I might want to give it a try. I still don't have a melee hero to make use of the crit blade. I don't feel like we need teleporters at the moment, but getting another siege project would be very helpful, so we'll do that. And then let's go ahead and let's pick up the Conquering a Free City, and then we'll probably pick up adaptive research for the future. Picking up this pacification gives us extra relations with other free cities if we destroy an infestation or conquer somebody. I might as well almost. It might be a waste though. Yeah, whatever. I'm not playing perfectly on this playthrough, but that's alright. I think I can still pull a win off. It'll have to be a magic victory though. If I don't do the magic victory, the AR will probably win by turn 90. If not sooner. Hello, we have met Carissa the Red, who's got some crazy eyes right there. So she's a barbarian, I believe. And then Enthralled Orcs, Revolutionary Diplomat, values freedom and alliances. I'm not too concerned. Oh, she's on the other side of Noctis. You know, I never even met her, even in the video that I didn't lose, interestingly. We got Restore Undead. Let's go for another tomb here. I could go for Tomb of the Cold Dark, but I don't think there's much use in that. I was talking about getting that Lava Burst, but that would take a lot of material investment into those tombs to get enough affinity for that one. But it's so nice. It's like, oh, it's so powerful, dude. War Breeze would be pretty good too, though. The Flame Burst weapons is also pretty hilarious. When a unit explodes that is killed, it deals 20 fire damage to adjacent enemy units. That's just funny. And the War Breeds themselves are pretty damn good. They're kind of expensive, of course. In order to get the tier 4 tombs unlocked, we need one more tier 3 tomb. So we really have to take a tier 3 tomb right here. But what's it gonna be? The Transmuter's ability to stun units is pretty helpful. It also steals their hit points, interestingly. Do kind of need a better Battle Mage unit. My units in general are kind of a low tier. Druid of the Cycle is pretty good, but I don't have any nature affinity. It is interesting if they're going to make the early affinity abilities more expensive in both terms of affinity needed and Imperium in the Wyvern patch. I think I agree with that. Right now I'm a little too successful with just a little bit of affinity spread around. Let's pick up Tome of Transmutation, I think. Getting Steel Skin will be pretty nice for more defense and blight resistance with a little bit less lightning resistance. Getting the ability to melt armor would be cool. And then our melee units can sustain. Whenever they get non-physical damage, they get bolster resistance or status protection. I think the Transmuter is just what's up. And I really do want to get... Let's take a look at Terramancy real quick. Seismic Shock's pretty cool. 60% chance of instantly dying if it's tier 3 or lower. We can destroy mountains. I'm not that interested in that at the moment. Stone Spirits are interesting frontline units. I think Transmuters are what's up, so let's go with the Tomb of Transmutation. Let's see what they have to say today.
Once mastery of the mineral realm has been achieved, one may bring about the truly wondrous. Imagine the ability to manipulate and alter the very nature of the physical. To look at a substance and decide, be not this thing, be that instead. And thus, one may begin to grasp what can be achieved by harnessing the many gifts of transmutation.
Alright, let's pick up the Transmuter. They're going to do some pretty good damage and have a very good crowd control ability. Curse of the Red, both the Seed of Chaos. Let's start the siege on Silverwall as soon as possible. We're going to go harass the defenders. We're going to sabotage their support and then break their battlements. That's pretty much my standard selection. Let's go ahead and let's burn their shit down too, why not? We've got 3 turns until then. Let's see if any... I want to see if that research post is in reinforcement range. It should be. Indeed it is. We can burn down that research post. Let's do it. Zedavaka and Noctis are at war with each other now. So Noctis is now at war with Carissa the Red, Sundren, and Zedavaka. That is actually very interesting. That did not happen in the other playthrough, or the other video that got lost. So now he's gonna be distracted. And Asgara should be distracted too, hopefully, by Sundren and Zedavaka, which means I might have an opening here to break that truce, get some more evil alignment, and then attack Noctis from behind while he's busy. That sounds like a great idea to me. I'm not sure why in the other video he didn't get attacked then, but hey, I'll take it. We might be able to clear the Shriekers to him as well, but there's not a whole lot of point in doing that since we don't have a city that can reach it. Although we could eventually integrate Silver Wall and then take the two. Just have to spend some Imperium on city cap, that's all. Asgara built a Seed of Chaos. Alright. New Empire skill developments available. We could get extra gold from vassals. We could get universal camouflage in our domain. All our heroes instantly gain 1 rank. Extra percent. 100% more experience on our heroes. I'm going to hold off for just a little while, although I think I'll take this adaptive research. I'm not sure it'll even work. I'm not sure it does. There's a lot of broken things in this game, unfortunately. That's one of the reasons that I'll be doing Rimworld next, is that, son of a bitch. Alright, you want to come play? I'll play. You gotta send the defensive forces over there. That means I gotta raise up more troops in the actual cities, unfortunately. So, I'm not sure that I could make a lot of interesting videos on Age of Wonders 4 in a narrative format. I could probably do a few. I'll probably try it a couple times. But Rimworld just has such a really, really good ability to form stories. You know, Asgara didn't give us any actual problems in the other video, but it looks like she is going to have us... Looks like she is going to give us a couple problems in this one. Yeah, she's going to try pillaging our shit. Okay, she's giving us some major problems. We got one more turn left until the siege finishes. We're over at Silver Wall. If we can assemble enough forces in one area, Zedavaka, well, Asgara will actually piss off. It's just a matter of building the forces up, then scaring her away. So that means that we do some hurrying of recruitment, build up some more pursuers, do all that. Got transmuters, gonna take some time before we can roll those out. We can go with Ignite here to get the next spell quicker. City of Skulls built that Overlord Tower, fantastic. Let's go with a Arcane Institute to supercharge our research a little bit more. I'll take this, let me see, actually, I could get Metropolitan Society to get the extra boost from cities that are touching, but only City of Blood is touching, so I'm not sure that's a great choice. That would give us 7 more gold per turn, some more mana, maybe 7 more knowledge. I'll go ahead and I'll take it, why not? We might be able to get, well, I can get Hollow and City of Skulls touching in maybe in 2 expansions, yeah. Right through here. There's not much else I can do about these damn Asgarans. Hurry that production, please. I'm just trying to get raw numbers of units rolling as fast as I can just to scare her off. They shouldn't be able to reach any of our stacks. Shit, they can. That's just a scout stack though, that's not a big deal. She has pretty low tier units as well. It's nice to see. She's got a level 4 hero with a Wand of the Rising Dead, and raise undead or non-undead zombies. It'd be nice to take that from you, my friend. I wonder if you can double up the abilities by using items like that. So she's going back to her outpost. We successfully scared her off right there, but she's going to chill out near Hollow. So let's concentrate the forces a little bit more. And that should hopefully scare her away. If she doesn't leave, I'll consider actually smacking her down myself. That's a bunch of pretty basic units. Got ourselves Ignite. Let's see what's next. Ooh, Fetid Legion is what's up. So give more hit points to our melee units. Let's go with Fetid Legion. Time for the Battle of Silverwall. This should be super easy. Let's see. Some of my units are kind of hurt though. Let's go with let's spend some souls to restore undead. We might lose some skeletons in this fight, but I'll accept that in this case. They have 2 level 8 rulers. They've got clouds in a bottle. And not much else on that ruler, or that hero. And you also have a... nothing in particular. Cool. This should be super easy. We might lose some skeletons. We almost certainly will. We lost one skeleton. We got 89 souls. Probably should have soulbound again, but like I said, I'm not playing super perfect. I think we've got this, I think. But we're gonna have to cuddle up, like I said. The hell is this? Oh, a ram warship. Cost me 9 gold per turn. No thanks. I do not want naval units. They're just not that useful. They're a waste of gold. They really are. Picked up Fetid Legion, so let's start work on that right now. We'll get that done next turn. City awaits its fate. We're gonna vassalize the silver wall. And then let's see, what can we build? You can't build this because you need a research post. Okay. That sucks. There's no way you'll be able to get a research post soon either. Unless you can go down to the mana node. I've got so much friggin' mana, dude. Let's go with an Overlord Tower. We're gonna need that in not too long. We don't need it right now, but pretty soon it'll be good. I could build a soul well, actually. That does count as a research post. I'll do that eventually, most likely. No, let's do that. Let's do that now. So let's do the soul well. This will give us 3 souls per turn. Let's replace the farm right here. So we'll build the soul well, and then once we got the soul well built, what we're going to do is going to go into the academy, if I remember. I hope I remember, but we'll see. I can get Hollow and City of Skulls touching by building on this farm here. I don't think there's anything else I want to boost. Let's build the quarry, actually. I think that would help. That'll help us build stuff quicker. Let's finish up the Arcane Institute right away. You also need a research post in order to build that academy. But there's no way to get it directly, so we want to go with building a soul well next. Because we can't yet build the root of Materium. So let's build another soul well. We do need a soul income. The more that we have, the more desecrate structures we can do and stuff like that. Let's build it on the farm down here. And we got a level up on a hero, Maylarin. So Maylarin's going to get Weaver. Weaver is just such a nice ability. The ability to use your once per battle abilities, multiple times per battle, very helpful. And we got some remains. Let's see if we want to sell any of these dudes. We are getting 12 mana per turn from these, so I don't want to sell too many of them if I don't need to. And none of these things really stand out to me. Yeah, they didn't have anything in particular that I wanted, so we're just gonna leave them where they are at to profit off their bodies. So let's see if she pisses off over here in the east. Let's pick up Steel Skin next. I should have done... She's not leaving. Interesting. I got a bunch of knowledge from killing those heroes. Did that go towards it? I think it did. Toxic Stew. So we're contacted by XCOM. I know that I am just a lesser sage. XCOM is the free city that we took from Noctis. Well, it used to be his city, actually. I know I am just a lesser sage in the eyes of a Queen of Skulls, he says anxiously, but I need to learn the truth. After trying the stew you Deatheaters are famous for, my food tasted bloated with gas until the poor man was ripped apart from within, turning the buffet into a nauseating mess. Now I keep thinking, was this man's death supposed to be my own? Do you seek my demise, Saiya Bonebreaker? Well, let's see. I could spend gold to gain allegiance with him. I could get some evil alignment to lose allegiance with him. Or I could lose a bunch of allegiance. Let's just take, if I wanted you dead, you would be. But Devouring the Light failed. How is XCOM doing these days? They are still our vassal, thankfully. They just are slowly getting allegiance with us. So we need to select, let's go with Steel Skin. That'll take a couple turns. Fetid Legion's ready to go. Let's cast that. Ooh, ow, painful. But those hit points are going to be a big help, and the Weakening Ore is also going to help too. It's going to cost us some gold, which I can actually afford in the mana, but we can just build some mana obelisk here in a second. Let's Now my melee units have more health, which is a big help. There's a big consideration here as to whether or not I want to take this fight. They've got this ruler, and they've also got these berries and whatnot. Chances are he's just going to run around pillaging all my shit, which I guess is okay, because we're going to kill him pretty soon. There's also this, the autumn winter fairy. It's right, you're a winter fairy. I could probably take this fight, but I'm just not going to. Yeah, it'd be a risky battle if I tried that. The cavalry will be coming in here pretty soon. If I can get Azkara off my back, that'd be nice. Does she want to make peace for 1700 gold? No thanks. So she's number 7 in rank, number 4 in military. We are number 7 in military. Like, look at that. We're already back down to level number 7 in military. That's just how ridiculous the brutal AI is. Noctis is now, what? Number 6. We got the Seed of Shadow built, so now all of our shadow knowledge will be 25% cheaper. It also has some other benefits. +1 shadow affinity. Ah, she's leaving. She knows that we are coming from the south. Cool, whatever. He claimed another one of my provinces that I would prefer to have for myself. So it sure is nice how the AI just sees all the way down here and it's like, nope, I see this stack. I am fucking off. That's exactly what they're doing. That's almost certainly what it is. Yeah, they see this unit here coming up as well. Be nice to get Azkara to stop and leave me alone. But she's not going to take that. I need to actually beat her down a little bit before we do anything. We got Steel Skin done. Let's go with a tier 4 Shadow Tomb. I could go for Reapers. They're a pretty cool unit. They have the ability to like insta-kill people. The Finger of Death has a 60% chance base of killing a target non-enemy hero. If unsuccessful, the unit sustains 45 frost damage instead. If a non-undead dies from this ability, it transforms into a zombie under your control until the end of battle. Reapers are pretty cool. They do have a soul upkeep though. They also cost Imperium because they're a tier 5 unit. They have a base unit upkeep of 45 gold or 45 mana. I could harvest a population to gain souls. Target friendly city loses 1 population, you gain 60 souls. If it does not have a hero, it also loses 20 city stability. Soul Siphons is a good way of getting souls in a siege. You get 40 souls after the battle's over, if you win it. And at the start of battle, you also gain 6 zombie units on your side until the end of battle. Mark for Death is cool, Greater Reanimation is cool. Greater Reanimation is, oh, that's fantastic. You can resurrect a non-hero, any non-hero unit. They get 80% of their hit points. They do die at the end of battle though. There's actually a tier 5 ability that allows you, well not tier 5 ability, but tier 5 tomb that allows you to resurrect all of your undead units on the field. We're going to go for that one probably after Tomb of the Reaper, if we go for Tomb of the Reaper. There's also Tomb of Oblivion, which allows you to basically knock a unit out using Sleep of Oblivion. They go to sleep, and they come back with 75% of their hit points and are inflicted with Insanity, which means they will attack random units that are within a certain range. Devouring Void is physical damage in a 1 hex radius. It will last for 2 turns total. Ritual of Somnia is pretty cool. You have a base 90% chance of being stunned for 2 turns, and it lasts for 1 world map turn. Fog of Insanity is useful for battles in your defensive territory, which is kind of what we're going to do. I do think that Tomb of Oblivion might be the better choice. Yeah, let's go for Tomb of Oblivion, at least for now. We might pick up Tomb of the Reaper later on.
Death is not truly the opposite of life. The end is part of the journey. The true opposite of life is oblivion. When you have mastered this understanding, when you can harness the essence of the void and cast your enemies into non-existence, then you will truly command life, death, and what really lies beyond.
We're gonna go for Ritual of Somnia. I could go for the sleep spell, but the ability to stun enemy units is fantastic. It works for a couple turns too. So during that turn, you have time to set up and get all your people together. You might take out this friggin' outpost. She still won't accept peace for a non-ridiculous amount of gold. She hasn't actually moved her units away from the City of Hollow though. I don't think Noctis is very likely to attack us from behind, so we might actually go on a war against Azkura. You know what, that sounds pretty good to me. Silverwall is going to need a Whispering Stone, so let's give them one of the ones from probably City of Skulls. Well, Hollow's about to finish its Overlord's Tower. Yeah, let's finish that tower now. Then let's Thank you so much for watching Dyllin With It. I practiced a few video editing skills that'll be upcoming in the narrative format videos. I hope you thought they looked nice. I'll of course be doing other effects as well. And if you enjoyed the video and would like to help it reach a wider audience that enjoys this kind of content, leaving a like would help enormously. I'd appreciate any comments or criticism about the video in the comments below because I can't fix what I don't know is broken. Anyway, thanks again for watching, and Saiya and I will see you in episode 7.